This is Meltdown Live, presented by MyBookie.ag. Use code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag for double your initial deposit. You sign on to make a deposit, they double it with code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag.
Happy Friday, everybody. This is the Meltdown. We're here with Meltdown Live, and so happy to have you on board. 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern, every single weekday. I'm doing a lot with my hands. I'm Tim Melton. Joining me here in the studio, that is Mr. Tyler Lionel Johns. I would say the other half of the Meltdown, but we have been dividing up this Meltdown studio, this Culver studio, quite frequently this week. We're going to do that again today. Tyler, how are you, man?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Okay, that's a good reference to Talladega Nights from 2006. A fun movie there, and one that I need to rewatch sometime
It's
here
so good.
very soon. We also have the one, the only E to the G with us here today on this fun Friday edition of the show. EG, how are you?
I'm great. Happy Friday, everyone.
Staying warm?
Trying to.
Okay, that's very important to do these days. And with us yet again, Mr. Hunter Fussy. Hunter, thrilled to have you back with us for yet another edition of the show. Yesterday was a lot of fun.
It was. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It was a good time, and we are here ready to rock and roll with you for the next hour or so on this edition of Meltdown Live. I want to start off with this. EG, you went to ballerina school this week. Explain that to me.
I did. I went to an adult ballet class on Wednesday night. And let me just say this. Can I say a bad word on this stream?
You can, but before you do that, I just want to say that Tyler, Hunter, and myself would never be caught at an adult ballet class.
No.
She's really not beating the Russian agent allegations. We got a movie coming out this year called Ballerina, set in the John Wick universe, about an assassin growing up in the Ruska Roma ballet.
She's either a undercover Russian or she's a vampire if you've seen Abigail. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
EG, explain this in adult ballerina class. What's going on?
It kicked my ass. It was so hard. And it was humbling and
Stars and garters.
I mean, it was so let me set this.
Clenching my pearls over here.
I know. I've never said a bad word on air. And I felt like that was the debut. It had to be. It was so hard.
So this explains why you've been in such a salty mood the whole entire week.
No, that was not true. How did I prove your point? Yeah, so anyways, it was hard and it was a collection of 12 of us and it's supposed to be a beginner one. I have not done ballet since I was 9 years old, maybe. None of it came back to me, shocker. And I was lost. And I, at one point, thought that I was going to have a little Charlie horse situation. And I start cramping up. And I was like, I cannot go down in this class. I willed myself not to.
I remember earlier this week, and it's not about me, but here in the Culver studio, I told you I was about to have a leg cramp at one point.
I laughed.
And you laughed and you showed no sort of remorse. And here I am listening to your story. Did you see a single trickle of laughter come out of my body and my
No,
being?
I did not.
No, that's what a friend does. A friend shows support during a time of potential leg cramp, not like, oh my God, how funny would it be if you then got up and fell through the table and
Noted.
caught on fire,
No,
that sort of thing.
Noted.
Okay, so are you going to go to another one of these?
Yeah, so I'm logged in for 8 weeks.
Locked in.
Locked in for 8 weeks.
Can't get out?
I don't think my deposit is still good.
What made you do this?
I just knew I wasn't beating the Russian allegation, so I might as well lean into it. No. I don't know. I just kind of saw it and I was like, well, I'll try it.
Well, I think that's cool to commit, right? You
Yeah.
committed and
Yeah.
you're going for it. What do you hope to get out of this? Obviously, you're not going to become a ballet dancer, but
No.
hoping to have a little bit more dexterity.
Well, I would say better posture will be one of them. A little more graceful with my movements. Ballerinas are very fluid. So
Right.
that could also help with my job.
dropping your phone every 5 seconds.
Potentially. But I feel like ballet dancers move a certain way, and I really like that. And especially like with my job on camera, I'd like to be a little more refined in my movements on the sidelines.
Yeah. If there's anything I've heard from people who watch EG on camera, oh man, I wish she was more refined.
I know that is funny.
The G stands for graceful.
Oh, thank you.
It really does.
Thank you. So, yeah, I made some friends, I guess. I don't know. It was hard. I didn't really realize what I was getting myself into until I pull into the parking lot and I'm like, I'm about to get out of this car and go to a ballet class by myself. And I don't know who's still doing it.
If I show up in a tutu, do they allow second week people to just you can join at any point?
Prorated on the form.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's very accepting of all. So I think you could probably slide in there if you wanted to. I'm not entirely sure there's not a recital at the end of this.
We all have to
I
go
know.
support EG at the recital.
And see, that is what has been the overwhelming messaging as I have told people that I'm an adult ballet class. I'm staying at the commissioner's house this, winter storm. And Megan, Bush's wife, their first reaction was, when is the recital? We will be there front row.
And they will.
Yeah. And I'm sure our next round studios will not miss that. Apparently the family wants to come in from Atlanta. So fingers crossed there's no recital.
This is way more complex than I thought it was. I thought it was just like a weird nighttime class from 8 to 8:45.
I thought it was like a class at the Y for just people to stay limber.
This is a lifestyle.
Yeah, this is like actual, we're working towards making a show.
Yeah.
This is Natalie Portman, Black Swan.
Yeah. That's the vibe I got from some of those girls. I was like, whoa, let me stay out of your Jean Tachene across the floor, Ronda Jean.
I'm sorry.
It's French.
What are
French.
What are these words?
LA. Ronda Jean.
It sounds like a disease.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you have Ronda Jean.
Sounds like a guy who won a championship at point guard with the Boston Celtics.
Ronda Jean for 3. Yeah.
Rajon
Sounds like
Rondo.
a French surf, or like a French surf shop. On Dijon.
Oh.
You can get a T-shirt
Ron
over at
Dijon.
Ron Dijon.
Sounds like something French. Ronda Jean.
Yeah, that is the correct.
Is it
reason.
actually?
Yeah. It's French.
Hey, look at that.
So, anyways, I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Sounds like something the villain in Talladega Nights would say as he's insulting Ricky Bobby in a pool hall. Okay. Well, that was very...
Ron Dijon is a great exercise for lengthening and toning the legs as it is performed with straight knees.
Yeah, with the last,
Right, it is now time to get into
I thought
the
she was making up words. I had to fact check her.
Ron Dijon by Charlie Horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is me making fun of you.
So we'll do check-ins every week if you guys want to know my progress.
Please. I was hoping that we would, and I'm hoping
I'm
now.
gonna throw the Scooby snack at you.
Will you please?
Do you have this on camera, Lionel?
I did.
Ready?
Just
Quick
throw it.
switch.
Okay. These things are amazing, by the
They're
way.
Oh, they're so good.
So good.
We've been surviving off of Scooby snacks, and they are incredible.
Just let me know if anyone wants another one.
Tyler, I try not to eat on camera. Just because it makes it tougher to... Give me one more. One more. I know. Snatched it out like a grizzly bear grabbing a fish going upstream.
Like a dog trying to get treats.
Gnashing a salmon swimming upstream.
One more. And I'm done. I'm done after
This
this.
is a half one. Is that okay?
That's fine. Give it to me.
Oh.
That one was a bad toss. It was over here.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to play a little game. It's called 10 with Tim. I've got 10 questions. We got about, 10 minutes or so. It never goes 10 minutes. Here we go. Question number 1. Name someone, e.g., that you immediately associate with wearing a cowboy hat.
Matthew McConaughey.
Okay. Yeah. On the Texas sideline, he wears a lot of cowboy hats, for sure.
Is where I see him.
My question to you, Tyler, name someone you immediately associate with wearing a cowboy hat.
That's a good question.
This one?
This one's the one that stumped you. You better be happy this one's not competitive and it's a friendly.
It's a cowboy hat.
So just a cowboy.
You got nothing?
I thought I had something at first, and then I started thinking of another answer, and now I've lost both of them.
What about like Yosemite Sam?
Yosemite.
You can't use that now. Can't use it now.
Yeah.
Just took it off the board, but that was low hanging fruit.
Glenn Powell in the Tornado Part 2.
That actually works. EG catching all sorts.
You guys missed.
Strays.
No, you missed me drop my Scooby snack.
Ah,
Give me another one.
I know.
I'm hoping the ballerina class helps
yeah.
with your holding on.
Did you see that, Hunter?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when you huff it, it's pretty good.
When you what?
Pretty good.
He's sucking on it to get all that
cinnamon
flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hunter, someone you immediately associate with wearing a cowboy hat.
Billy Bob Thornton. In that reset.
Landman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like he seems like the kind that would even wear a cowboy hat outside of that, too. I don't know. He gives me that vibe.
His name is Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Billy Bob.
I'm not sure I've ever seen George Strait without a cowboy hat.
That's a good one.
He's always got a cowboy hat on.
He's handsome.
Who's the guy? Crap. He's in Mando. He was wearing Boba Fett's armor in one of the seasons. He's in a lot of things.
Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, he seems like a cowboy hat kind of guy.
Yes,
he in,
Justified.
yeah.
Yes.
Where he wears a
Thank you.
cowboy hat. Good job.
Lovely.
Question number 2. This is similar to a question we had earlier about name one woman you would never want to fight,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to take it a step further. EG, I'm coming to you last. Hunter, would you agree to fight Ronda Rousey for $350,000 guaranteed if you lose, $25 million if you somehow win? Would you agree to take that fight? Be honest.
What were the numbers again on that? Oh,
goodness. Did you drop this
Hunter's camera just shook because EG threw a box of Scooby snacks.
I didn't throw it. It was just sitting there.
At what point do you start to blame yourself? Never.
I mean, lowest common denominator here, EG.
Y'all.
You never blame yourself in this because it's been happening for 2 days straight now. You've been dropping stuff going, the room, right, guys? No, it's not the room.
I'm so sorry.
It's been more than 2 months.
That's fair.
Like the whole time I've been here.
Yeah, just stop.
Like Matthew McConaughey's behind the
I'm
bookshelf here.
trying
I'm attending an adult ballerina class.
to help with my drop. That's so weird.
Let me get back to Hunter.
Yeah.
Would you fight Ronda Rousey for $350,000 guaranteed if you lose, $25 million if you win? Be honest. You can say no.
I wouldn't hit a woman, though. That's not my thing.
You could go in there and get hit by a woman. Would that be okay? That's $350,000. You don't have to throw a punch.
I could fake a knockout. I think I could fake a good knockout and get paid out.
You're gonna take a fall?
Yeah.
You're gonna fake a knockout. You're gonna get knocked out.
You've always got a car payment.
Hunter, you're not gonna get knocked out, but then you're gonna immediately be like, wow, that hurts. And she's gonna jump on top of you and break your arm. So you're willing to take that for $350,000?
It's a hard situation.
Body cast the next week. It was worth it.
I made my payment.
EG's like, you think that's bad? I had a Charlie horse at ballerina adult class. Tyler, would you agree to fight Ronda Rousey for $350,000 guaranteed? You get $25 million if you somehow win.
I'm train kicking her.
Oh, you're going for the win.
Oh, yeah. I'm going all Valley Karate champion
And
right
she
here.
would catch it in air and twist and boom.
Probably. I get $350,000 for it.
I would pay great money to watch Tyler really try that fight.
I would too.
I'm going straight for the crane kick.
Okay, I got you, Tyler. You've given that strategy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's prepared for it now.
Tyler seems like the kind of guy that would go up to Ronda Rousey and she would give him one of those, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like,
yeah,
you can't do anything.
Yeah, that happened in the Entourage movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Tyler,
long did they have to last in how long did Turtle have to last? Just like 2 minutes?
I don't remember exactly, but it was something like that. And he didn't.
He did not. He got his arm broken.
EG, you're taking ballerina class. That gives you a little bit more mobility around the ring. Are you going to go for this $350,000?
No.
Not at all.
I don't want to have to get my face fixed and spend that money towards that.
You also would not watch.
I've seen someone just turn down money like EG. She's like the Army Hammer of these bizarre scenarios. She's like, nope, don't need it, don't want.
She also likes to eat bones.
Oh man.
Oh,
um,
ew! I love Army
Tim.
Hammer. They're Scooby snacks.
On a Friday?
It really ruined my
Come on,
weekend,
man.
Tim.
It's a good call.
Anyway,
Okay, next. By the way, I'm going in there with Ronda Rousey and I'm getting my 350 grand. Now it's gonna hurt, but I'm getting my
Yeah.
350 grand. I may not be
She
able to see out of my left eye again, but
she would kill me with one swift. No.
yeah. I saw you when we played basketball. Like I was worried about you then. When we just played basketball, I was worried you were gonna get you got in there, but I was worried you're gonna get an elbow to the face or something.
Yeah, I technically I fouled out, which
Yeah, it was pretty vicious. Okay, we're moving on. Who is currently, e.g., the most interesting person to follow on Twitter/X? I still
ooh,
call it Twitter. Does everybody still call it
I
Twitter?
call it
Still call it Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
It's still Twitter.
Elon Musk. You don't know what's gonna come across your feed.
Okay, going with the owner of X.
Yep.
What's your answer, Tyler, for most interesting person to follow on X?
I'm gonna go with at Meltdown247 because I don't use Twitter like ever.
It's a great plug, but very much not the correct answer.
I use Twitter/X. That's like my news feed.
Mm-hmm.
I use it for more like news than social. I mean, I obviously do use a lot of it for social things, but
Same exact thing here. I look
Mhm.
at, what's not being reported.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to X.
yeah.
It's on the first page of my phone. As soon as you
Mhm.
open it, it's right there.
It's
Mhm.
the first tab on all my web
Mhm.
browsers.
Yeah.
Hunter, most interesting person to follow on X is who?
Just for entertainment purposes during Auburn football games, Drunk Oppie.
Drunk
a great
Oppie, that's a good
answer.
page. That's a good page.
Hilarious.
Great answer.
I feel like we're all forgetting one that's so entertaining. Antonio Brown.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
CTEPN.
Yes,
Uh,
CT ESPN.
eh,
It's interesting.
I guess. Okay, next. This one may be difficult because you kind of have to know your choices here, but I'm going to help you out. Who would you consider to be the top 3 members of the frat pack, in your opinion? Now, for those who don't know who the frat pack is, that is the 2000s comedy legends that all sort of teamed up. They got stamped with the name the frat pack. You know, there's the rat pack,
Mhm.
right? There's the
Mhm.
brat pack, which was teenage stars of the late 80s. And then there is the frat pack, which is made up of Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson, Will Ferrell, Steve Carell, Jack Black, Paul Rudd, and Vince Vaughn. So if you had to pick your 3 favorite out of that, who would be your 3 favorite members of the frat pack? Who wants to go first? Hunter, give it to me.
Vince Vaughn, in this order from 1 to 3.
Okay.
Vince Vaughn, Will Ferrell, Owen Wilson.
We're very similar. Vince Vaughn's also on my list.
Mm-hmm.
Will Ferrell's also on my list. My third would be Steve Carell.
Okay.
What would be your answer, Tyler, of the 3 from the frat pack that you would say you appreciate the most?
So number 1 for me, also Vince Vaughn. Number 2 for me, also Will Ferrell. And then number 3, I would take the full body of work of Ben Stiller before I would take the full body of work of Seth Rogen. But some of the Seth Rogen gems are just movies I always go back to, like Superbad, Pineapple Express, all those.
Gotcha. I still, no Jack Black love from, is he too watered down, gone too mainstream with all these different adaptations?
Jack Black. I mean, I guess in these days it would have been what Shallow Hal. He was in
School of Rock.
I
School of
love that
Rock was
movie.
like 2003, and then Cable
Saving
Guy.
Silverman?
Saving Silverman, I haven't seen.
Oh, The Holiday.
A holiday, but not really a comedy. But yes, he was. No, it's fine, EG. You're adding a lot here with the holiday, okay, being thrown in. Every female that looks like you in the world is screaming the holiday at the screen, and you just represented
I
them.
did, and please keep watching The Meltdown, girls and guys.
Thank you. And clean up your bathrooms. They're a mess. Okay, here's my question to you. Out of those 3,
Yeah.
you're not a Will Ferrell guy, girl.
No.
You're not a Will Ferrell fan.
No.
You're also not a Will Ferrell guy. What would be your 3 choices from this group?
Steve Carell,
Good answer.
Owen Wilson. I love School of Rock, but I don't really like Jack Black now, so I like Vince Vaughn. So I kind of combine everything. Hunter.
What's crazy about School of Rock? I don't know if y'all saw this, but 2 of the cast members got married.
I
Wait.
did see that, and they had a reunion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yep.
wow.
And they met at School of Rock.
That's really neat.
Cool.
Let's hope that they stay married, because if they don't, it's gonna really.
The pictures are very cool because the original cast is there and they're playing the song, it's so cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So I think overall the consensus is Vince Vaughn is on all of our lists. So more Vince Vaughn, please. Okay, we move on to this. Next question. E.G., have you ever had a caricature drawn of you?
No.
I feel like you would be vicious to the person who drew the caricature. That is not what my left earlobe looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably critique them.
Yeah.
Constructively, of course.
Oh, yeah. You should get one done just so that we can see how angry it makes you.
Okay.
You'll hate it. Whatever they do, whatever decision they go with.
You don't surfboard.
Yeah.
So
I don't really have anything to counter this argument with because you're probably right.
I'm absolutely right. You would Yelp review the hell out of those people.
I do have a burner Yelp account.
My point exactly. Who says that? I have a burner Yelp account.
A burner Yelp. This implies that she has an official Yelp account.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't. Okay, call me crazy. Yelp can be kind of unsafe, because then people can know where you frequent, and I don't really like that. If you're always checking in at places, so I have a burner account.
Yeah, I don't hate that idea. Have you ever had a caricature drawn of you, Tyler?
Nope.
Would it look like Ed Sheeran if it was drawn?
Apparently so.
So the Ed Sheeran thing's a real thing.
That has followed me since high school, and I still don't see it.
Are you willing to take off the hat to show people what maybe, I think
I mean, I assume it's just the fact that I've got a mop up here. That's always.
It's the eyes.
And then I've heard it's the eyes, and then I've also heard cheekbones as well.
I think you just look like Ed Sheeran.
I don't understand it.
Facial structure. Yep.
There is a little bit of it. It is eye to cheekbone dips. Eye
and the nose.
It's like this right here. Eye to cheekbone dip. If you're gonna
eye to cheekbone dip.
No, not like this. More like there's a cheekbone here, and then it kind of rolls. There's
yeah. Uh-huh.
It's the eye to cheekbone.
I mean,
I kind of see it. Okay, Hunter, have you ever had a caricature drawn of you?
I've not.
Okay, you guys are lame. I've had multiple caricatures drawn of me, and they're vicious. They're really painful. I recommend none of you get them because
was yours just a leg going up the whole page?
It's not that you said what you said. It's that everyone immediately laughed.
Well, I mean,
it was just a shoe. That is correct.
Just a shoe.
No. It was a. I guess I was going through a phase where I had a pretty heavy beard. I kind of do right now too, but I mean, it was really eccentric with the beard and the hair, and it made me look like a '70s basketball player that played in maybe the early days of the NBA or something.
Oh, like somebody that would have been on the Flint Tropics.
That is correct. Somebody like that. I look like Jackie Moon in one of them.
Oh.
And then the other one was a wedding one where I'm normal size, but everything I'm wearing is very tiny.
That's
so
funny.
well, it wasn't, but I had a little bitty top hat on. And just making a normal top hat, it's a great piece of work. Okay, we move on to this. When was the last time, Hunter, you had a glass of lemonade?
Yesterday.
Was this down at Toomer's Corner? You're an Auburn guy.
No.
It was not.
No.
Okay.
I was in Birmingham yesterday.
You were in Birmingham yesterday. Okay. I don't know why. I just feel like you being the big Auburn fan you are, I have to bring up Toomer's Corner.
Lemonade. I love Toomer's lemonade. Are you kidding? I would go get the gallons too. Yeah.
Really?
They're good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Popular tradition there, campus of Auburn University. The question to you, Tyler, is when was the last time you had a glass of lemonade?
I'm gonna go with 2 or 3 days ago. I had a glass this week.
Okay. Lemonade very popular right now. E.G. lemonade?
They keep it going. Yeah, in the last month before Christmas. I get the Trader Joe's lemonade. It's very good.
Oh.
I don't know.
Some of my friends right now. It's good. It's good stuff.
You guys are...
I'm going to try some of that.
It's delicious.
Ever had a picture drawn of you? No. Ever had some lemonade? My veins right now. Okay. I was very excited about this. E.G., what type of gum is your favorite?
I like Trident Original.
Okay. Very specific. I'm a big fan of the Big Red gum.
Really?
I like Big Red. Okay, Tyler, you don't have to turn your nose up to everything.
I haven't had that in a while. Reminds me of my dad.
Yeah, Big Red gum. I like. Okay, Tyler, what's your favorite type of gum?
I like the spearmint flavor of 5 gum.
The green one?
Mm-hmm.
5 always had the weirdest commercials. It's always like,
Yeah.
have you ever wanted to be shot off a rocket ship? It's like, no, try 5 gum. It's
That's
like,
what chewing 5 gum feels like.
Now they're going to this like try 5 gum. You're like, what?
don't
Get out of my ear.
yeah, get away from. I don't trust the 5 gum marketing.
Yeah.
It's like Red Bull.
Ever wanted to be a pinball on a pinball machine? No, 5 gum. It's like, okay, back off. Hunter, what type of gum is your favorite?
Can't remember the name brand, but the little cubes.
Ice cubes.
Oh, yeah.
Ice cubes. Okay.
That's a,
There you go.
I think it's
It
Wrigley's.
actually wasn't as complicated as I thought
I
it would be.
assume Wrigley's, but those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a little crunch
They're
off the rip.
satisfying.
Yeah, have a little crunch off the rip, little, and then gum.
No love for some of the OGs.
Like what?
What'd you want? Fruit Stripe?
Juicy fruit.
Double
I'll
bubble.
take Juicy Fruit.
Fruit
but
Stripe.
The flavor of Juicy Fruit lasts for about 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Sure.
fruit stripes.
Yeah, it's like double bubble.
are the same.
Yeah.
Double bubble
Those
lasts like
double bubbles you get for Halloween.
With the
That's like the
cubes?
best 5 seconds ever.
I just heard 5 again. It triggered. Okay, EG, I'm not sure you're going to be able to do this one, but we're going to try.
Oh gosh.
Okay, this isn't made for ballet dancers, but name a superhero movie that really sucks. There's a lot.
Can you come to me last?
I can, but can you not use your phone? I don't want you to drop it. Tyler, name a superhero movie that really sucks.
Man.
Oh, I have one.
Do I go with Madam Web? That is just so bad. It's an absolute abomination. That is honestly, it honestly becomes a masterpiece. It's so bad because you just think who made this movie? Why would they make this decision? Why would this ever seem like the right decision to make? And they do that for the entire runtime of the movie.
I have not seen Madam Web, but what I've heard is it does not have a single redeeming quality about it.
Literally none. None.
So
I mean, Sydney Sweeney's in it. She's not given anything to work with, but she's there.
Okay.
That's about it.
So that's gonna be your answer, Madam Web.
Craven though, worst experience just because like it wasn't so bad. It was good. It was just so bad. It was awful.
Now I do want to say before EG goes, y'all took mine. I do
No.
want to say I went to you first. You had an opportunity,
And I have one.
and I'm telling you that we're now going to Hunter. He
That's
may say
fine.
it. Hunter, name a superhero movie that really sucks.
Morbius was really bad.
Darn it.
What do all of these have in common?
So
It's Morbin time.
Yeah.
like it on my scale of like rating things, like it's a solid cheeks out of 10 for me. Like it is so
Solid
bad.
cheeks
It
out
is
of
so bad. It's a waste of money. I walked out. Like it's not good. Not good at all.
I worried that Tyler's going to use this in one of his out of the theater
I
reviews.
absolutely am. I'm
What?
taking that.
Cheeks out of 10.
Cheeks out of 10.
Except we rate things out of 5, so can you at least do cheeks out of 5?
I'll switch it up.
Thank
Cheeks
you
out of
very much.
5.
Cheeks out of 5. EG, back to you.
I have two.
Oh, you have 2 now.
Yeah.
How did you use your phone without me seeing?
I
That's
didn't
what
use
wanna
my
know.
phone.
Name the 2 superhero movies that you think suck really bad.
One is slightly cop out, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Walked out.
Yep.
Second one is Captain Marvel.
I really didn't like Captain Marvel, so that actually really impressed me. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 I didn't really like, but I mean I never thought about walking out of it. I was just like, I'm not prepared for this one.
Yeah.
But okay, that was good.
What about the Marvels?
Didn't go see it.
Yep, same.
Didn't
Couldn't
go
get
see
into it.
I didn't go see Morbius. I didn't go see Madam Web. I didn't go see Craven. If I know it's going to just be an absolute trash heap, it's tough for me to waste the time. I'm at the point in my life where I just don't want to waste the time watching these horrible superhero movies that are never going to lead to anything. And that's the case with all 4 of those movies. Okay, we move on to this. EG, this is your wheelhouse coming up, okay? I'm going
Alrighty.
to let the guys go first so you can come up with the slam dunk answer. Hunter, what couple getting back together would break the internet?
I have mine off the top of my head.
Give me
Oh,
a
I
second.
knew
hang on.
this is where the turntables turn.
Brad and Angelina.
Oh, that would break the internet.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. Tyler, name a couple that if they got back together, it would break the internet.
I'm going to go with Kim and Kanye. I mean, that guy always makes headlines for saying the most ridiculous things ever and just going on rants. And I think it would really shock everybody if they ended up getting back together and things ended up looking like they were heading back to normal or whatever normal was back then. What do you have, EG?
She just dropped something else.
What did you drop?
A bracelet.
Ow!
How?
I don't know.
Y'all, Cooper's in that behind that right now, and he's just hitting things, and they're falling out of the floor.
Anyways.
EG is somehow mugging herself over there.
My answer was Kim and Kanye because I would love to see them back together. But I guess, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston would be pretty crazy.
I'm going to give one that I think would definitely break the internet. And that is Taylor Swift with any one of her exes, because that means that her and Travis Kelce break up. And,
Taylor Swift and Harry Styles.
oh, it would. Oh, that would.
Oh, my goodness.
That would break the internet.
Anything Taylor Swift relationship going back to any of her other exes.
Yep.
Joe Alwyn or whatever, that would break the internet.
That would break the internet. I think the Harry
Jake Gyllenhaal.
That one would be crazy. John Mayer.
Yeah, all that.
Hey,
Okay.
so that was the thing.
That's who Dear John is about.
Believe it or not, Hunter had the same exact reaction that I was thinking of. Like, really, no way. Last question. It's not because you're factoid. It's because, it's real subtle. Dear John. I mean, it's called Dear John.
I know. And Tyler didn't even know they were together.
She also said it like I would know what that was. It's like, that's...
Anyway, I can't believe we're already to question 10.
We're already at question 10, which means the pain is almost over with.
It never feels like we get 10 questions in
No,
this.
it feels like
it always goes by too fast.
Wow, sometimes it's 45 minutes. This will be one of those times. Here we go. Question number 10. Hear me out here. Okay, this one's a little bit more of a like, what do you mean? But just hear me out. Okay. EG, you're going to a brand new lunch. Are you looking for your bracelet?
I was.
So sad.
It's right there. Right
So
there,
sad.
and your under your foot. There you go. It rolled.
No.
Holy.
It had a journey too. It was rolling.
I've never seen anybody just not being able to just, I don't know, stay still and just not have bad things happen to them. Is that really what your report card said?
I talked too much. I didn't sit still.
Inability to sit still?
Yeah.
Okay, you're trying a brand new lunch spot. Maybe it's like a client sort of thing. Maybe it's like, I don't know, it's a business-oriented sort of lunch spot. It's one you didn't pick.
Okay.
You don't know anything about the place other than you walk in, they have a variety of items on the menu. What's the food item that you'll generally always try out first if it's on the menu to see if it's a place that like is good? What's like the item that, if they don't have good this, then I know that probably nothing else is really what I want.
Yeah, I do a good sandwich. Like a very basic club. If they have a good club, I can live with it.
Love that answer. That's a 10,000 point answer, except it's not a competitive game. I'm a huge sucker for a club sandwich. Love club sandwich with a little cup of honey mustard. Come on now.
Yeah, toasted.
Let's go with the club. Love the club sandwich. So that's a great answer. Tyler, what's a menu item that if you're going to try a place out, if they don't get this right, it's really downhill from there in your confidence level?
I mean, if you can't get chicken tenders and French fries right,
it's not a great answer.
Yeah.
Your kitchen is broken.
That's exactly correct. And we went to another Mexican restaurant recently that's near our house that we've never been to. It's near our house, and my daughter got the chicken tenders.
Yeah.
And I tried a couple, and they've got the good chicken tenders. Mexican restaurants have the best chicken tenders.
We've talked about this. Excuse me. Hallie Brown's daughter, gets the pizza at the local Mexican joint we go to every week.
I've heard it's great.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were some that served pizza. I knew about the chicken fingers. Knew about some having hamburgers even.
Kids pizza.
Never knew there was kids pizza.
Never knew that either. Well, I did. I had heard about that, but I never tasted it, I should say. Hunter, you're trying out a brand new lunch spot. You want to know if this place is legit. They have a variety of menu items. What is the thing you're going with as sort of that baseline? Okay, is this place going to sink or swim?
Do they know how to do a burger right?
Okay. Yeah.
It's basic, I know. But
it's a great answer.
Does it slap or does it not? Do you know what you're doing with the burger?
All right.
You know?
Is it a slapper or is it cheeks? It's one of the two.
Yeah.
We're learning all sorts of things here on the Meltdown. Hey guys, y'all did a great job with that 10 with Tim. You're all winners in my book, even though no one was officially named the winner. Pretty soon we're going to have to turn this into the actual point version because that is a lot of fun. One thing we love to score points with, that is video games. We've got a list coming up here on this Meltdown countdown of video games that you should be playing here. School's out today here in our area, Central Alabama. And there's a lot of kids probably catching up on video games, and we're going to get Tyler's favorite video games of all time here in a second. But I want to tell you about my favorite dentists of all time. Yes, they make my top three. That's Dr. Jeff, Dr. Brian, and Dr. Nolan over at Alabama Dental Associates. They're located on Grants Mill Road, providing you all sorts of services when it comes to staying on top of your dental health. Whether you have a nagging toothache or you need to get on top of those regular cleanings, they're there for you. Maybe you're new in town. You make sure you have that dentist on standby. Go ahead. Call Alabama Dental Associates, 205-956-8977, or visit alabamadental.com, where they look forward to seeing you. I really love Alabama Dental Associates, especially Dr. Brian. His favorite poker hand to play is Queen Deuce. And every time I see Queen Deuce, I think of Dr. Brian, and then I immediately fold it because I don't feel like I can win with Queen Deuce. I feel like that's a really awful hand.
Yeah, so you excuse me.
It's okay. You sound like some sort of creature in a mythological
I
film.
know.
He's getting choked up talking about it.
Yeah,
That's all?
that's all.
Okay. That was worthwhile. Tyler, give me your 5 favorite video game franchises of all time with this Meltdown countdown. That sounds like a lot of people will be like, oh, that's easy. Just narrowing it down to 5 is incredibly tough of your favorites of all time. You sweat over this one, I think. You sweated over this one. Tell me a little bit about the process.
So the process is there's some that I still play to this day. There's some that I was absolutely just obsessed with and played more than any other games. Those are automatically on the list. Then there were some that you really love from your childhood, early teenage years. You just can't find a spot for them. And so it was very hard to pare down this list. So I've got my top 5 franchises of all time, as well as 3 honorable mentions that just missed the cut.
I would like to, just my perspective, I'd like to get to the ones that didn't make the cut now. I'd like to get to what are those ones that will not be on the list that just barely miss that top 5 spot.
So in the number 8 spot, a little FIFA, little bit of the FIFA, a little spot of FIFA.
What?
Okay.
I
I can
know
understand.
what I'm saying. I ran out of words.
No, you're good.
Nice.
He wasn't really prepared, I think, but we're kicking it around. Spot of the fever. That sounds like a medieval disease you would die from. What did you die from? Spot of the fever.
I'm sorry, sir. You have fever.
How do we cure this? You have to be bitten by rats all throughout your body. It's like, I don't know. You died of spot of fever.
Game of Thrones. You need the milk of the fever.
Yes, exactly.
Man.
I don't know.
Can you milk a fever? We can milk anything with nipples, Greg.
Oh,
Greg, I've got nipples. Can you milk me? Okay.
I think we all get delirious by the end of the week.
That is correct. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's move on to number 7.
Number 7.
Honorable mentions first.
It's amazing.
Number 7, Mortal Kombat, fighting game I love. They always do a great job with guest stars. It does not make the list because I'm not crazy about the recent Mortal Kombat entries. I'd rather play something like Injustice over those. But the longevity of Mortal Kombat definitely saves it. Then moving on to number 6, that just barely misses the Meltdown countdown. It's a PlayStation exclusive called Infamous. You familiar with this one?
I am familiar with this one. Yes, I have not played this, but I am very familiar.
Fantastic. So the game, you play as a delivery boy named Cole, and due to a series of accidents, you end up with electric powers, and you have to decide what you're going to do with those. Are you going to follow the path of good and use your powers to protect people and save the city from evildoers, or are you going to hurt people with them?
Am I correct? This is a first-person game.
That is incorrect.
What am I thinking of that sounds similar? That's not that. Maybe it's something else. I apologize. Is it a third-person game?
Yes,
Mhm.
third-person game.
Third-person Infamous. All right. Wow.
Also a good sequel to this one, Infamous 2. It's set in New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Good stuff there. All right, let's move on to the official list. This is what made the cut of your 5 favorite video game franchises of all time, starting with number 5.
All right, number 5, starting off with a game that would not have made the list if the point of this list was not games that are my favorites and also ones that you could play on a snow day and just enjoy. It's Call of Duty. This franchise has fallen far from grace. I love the original Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, the first 2 Black Ops games. And then after that, there's just a steep decline in the quality of gameplay. And yeah, if I play any Call of Duty these days, it's typically just the remastered Call of Duty Zombies. Just playing the original Kino der Toten map, the theater map for anyone who isn't aware, and it's great.
Hunter,
Yes.
you stream video games.
Mhm.
I have watched said streams. Now, please forgive me because I'm not up to date here.
It's all good.
But what is going on with this prop game? Because it looks like a Call of Duty game.
Prop hunt?
Is
Yeah.
it
Oh,
a
yeah,
part of
prop
Call of
It's a
Duty?
mode where it's a good party mode where you can get friends in there and there's one team hunting with the guns and then the other team is trying to hide within the environment of something in that environment. So you could be a car, a cinder block, a tree, a bush.
Is the game evenly balanced? Like it's pretty fair? Like
Yeah, because you can like stun people. Well, if they find you, and switch into something else. But you only have like 3 switches, so you can, you know, most of the time I get stuck with the most unfortunate hand, and I'll be like a giant object, and it's obvious that a tree is running around. Like this isn't Narnia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
You just got an extra refrigerator in the garage, that sort of deal.
So,
It's like,
yeah.
well, dang it, I meant to be the banana on the ground.
so the players with the guns are just basically trying to say what feels out of place here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you're trying to blend in as naturally as possible without moving.
Yes.
If you move your camera, does it move your
Yes, it does. So you can lock your position, but also there's like 5 whistles to like let people know where you are, kind of the general, vicinity. And once you get past the whistles and then the final countdown starts, that's when, people start narrowing down where you are, and that's when the fun starts. So
Well, that sounds fun. It sounds like a lot of fun, but I didn't know what I was watching. I was like, "Is it Call of Duty
Yeah.
Frigidaire edition?" Like I didn't know what it was.
used to be a part of Gary's mod for PC.
yes.
Who's
And
Gary?
that's a very good question. I've always
Why is he
wondered that
modding?
was
Yeah.
yeah, why is he modding and what is he modding?
Come on,
But-
Gary.
Gary's a snail.
That is true. Gary is a snail. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I interrupted story time here. Let's move on to number 4 on the Meltdown countdown of 5 favorite video game franchises of all time, according to Tyler Lionel Johns.
All right. This is a game that is absolutely incredible. There's technically 5 games in this franchise, but really there's just 3. There's a main trilogy, there's a prequel, and then there's another sort of spin-off game that is awful. And the main trilogy is exceptional. Some of the best games you'll ever play in your life. Unfortunately, the third game in this trilogy was kind of kneecapped by its release. The PC release was just a buggy mess, and it just never really caught the buzz it was supposed to as it did on consoles. But then also because the PC community was missing, it was just a whole big mess. But if you fight through it, Batman Arkham Knight and the rest of the Arkham series are fantastic if you're a Batman fan. You get to fight the entire Rogues Gallery. You get to visit Arkham Asylum. You get to fight Hugo Strange in the Arkham City area he builds. And you get to take on the Arkham Knight. Who is the Arkham Knight? Not going to spoil it here, but you can figure it out in the game pretty easily.
I figured it out before I even started playing the game.
Yeah, they released a bunch of DLC for one particular character you hadn't seen in any other game.
It wasn't tough to piece together. Like, well, maybe they're not. Maybe it's so obvious they're not. Oh, it is that person.
And then the creators of the game were like, well, it's not a new character. And this is dumb.
Yeah. Well, I love the Arkham trilogy. I mean, I don't mind Arkham Origins. It's really good. It's a little bit more cutscene timing in the boss fights and trying to figure out, but it's like cinematically, it's very enjoyable as a Batman fan. I think the thing that pushes this grouping of games over the top for me is the voice performance. I mean,
fantastic. You got Kevin Conroy as
Mm.
Batman, the voice of Batman, in my opinion, and also Mark Hamill voicing the Joker.
and I love the way, I personally, some people don't, I love the way they have the Joker, not only in Arkham City in this,
Mm-hmm.
but also in Arkham Knight. I think it works really well.
Oh,
You start off Arkham Knight putting the Joker's corpse through an incinerator, and you're the one that is controlling.
yeah, there's like a.
She's like,
She's so lost.
you're not selling this to me.
Wasn't there like a? It was like not quite a quick time event, but you got a button prompt to like push the joystick so you slide his
Yeah.
corpse in the incinerator.
Yeah, and then
I thought so.
Then you
Light
light the
it.
torches and
you
go.
turn up the heat.
Oh, it's so good.
The,
It's so good.
The Riddler challenges in those games,
Oh,
like the ones in Arkham City specifically, are so good. Loved them.
yeah,
Hunter,
they're great.
You've had some awful takes the past 2 days. It's fine. We like you. That's the worst one. The Riddler trophies will make any sane man go crazy.
Hunter, I'm glad you're taking some of the heat off of me while you're
Yeah.
joining us.
The Riddler trophy thing, you got to be a madman to enjoy that. It is like, not only do you have to find the Riddler activity, but once you do, okay, how do I navigate this gerbil through 17 tubes while not having the 15th tube close on me? It's intense.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's like 400 of them in Arkham Knight, and I found all of them. It was awful.
Yeah.
But, 100%
right.
of that game.
Let's move on to number 3.
Number 3. This is one of the best-selling games ever. It's a game you can just pick up and play at any time. Single player, multiplayer, in a multiplayer mode, playing alone. Doesn't matter. You're going to have fun because you can do whatever you want, and that's GTA 5. The Grand Theft Auto franchise is fantastic. Tim's got Vice City right behind him. We're all anxiously awaiting GTA 6 and still playing GTA 5. I don't know about you guys, but I still hop on.
Yeah, I'm ready to delete it though, so that way we can make room for GTA 6, which I assume the file size on that game.
You have to buy a whole new console.
You have to buy 2 consoles and link them together in order to be able to run the game, probably. But we should be getting a trailer very, very soon.
Very, very soon.
Excited about that.
I've heard rumors about delays, nothing official. I'm still hearing that fall winter 2025 release date, but
I'm predicting 26.
If they delay it, do we think we get that or the Batman Part 2 first? Because
GTA 6.
There's no way that Rockstar is going to let the "we got such and such before GTA 6" memes continue.
No.
And
if they let the Batman Part 2 do that, that would be
we really got the delayed Batman Part 2 that leads into the DCU before we got GTA 6.
It always makes me sad when I go to GTA 6 trailers and stuff, coverage, and the first comment is, I'm here celebrating the life of my friend who can't see this day or whatever. It makes me very sad because I'm like, it has been forever since GTA 5 came out. And you really are celebrating all the memories you had playing that game with whoever in your life, and they may not be around anymore. And so, once again, the great thing about gaming is it's not just the game you're playing, it's the era and the people that you're surrounding yourself playing this game. It's the community too. So didn't mean to make it all somber, but
I mean, with Grand Theft Auto, I had this realization. When I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 for the first time, because it's re-released several times, I bought it on the PS3. Had to have my mom show her ID to get them. When GTA 6 comes out, I'll just walk in and they'll ask me, "Cash or card, sir?" I'll be like, "Sir, oh no." And I'll have my copy of GTA 6.
while that is very dramatic in that storytelling, and I do appreciate it for the theater arts community, you're just going to download the game. Let's be honest. You're not going to no cashier and getting the physical. Are you going to buy the physical game?
I might. I mean, if they do what they did with the GTA 5 and throw a map in the box, I'll probably do that because GTA 5 they all came with that map of Los Santos. I still buy physical games just for the sake of trading them in when I'm done or being able to buy games used. Downloads don't go on sale for being used.
I understand that, but night of when all you can do is download it or wait, I don't know. Or you go up to a store early, I guess. But
I don't have the time to sit there and wait on a download and be like, all right, I can play this as soon as it comes out. No, I can walk into a store and wait like a responsible adult.
I believe you, Tyler. I believe your defense. Let's move on to number 2.
Number 2, a game I still replay to this day whenever I just want to lose, I don't know, 100, 200 hours of gameplay, just really sink my teeth into. And that is another 5th edition of a franchise, 6th edition, still rumored to come out at some point. Been waiting on, you know, on my hands for that. And that's Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls franchise. This is endlessly replayable. It's another one of those games that has re-released several times since its initial release, and that's just because the fan base is still going strong and still waiting for the next edition in the franchise.
Hunter, are you a Skyrim fan?
I am a Skyrim fan.
EG, are you a Skyrim fan?
Never heard of it.
Okay. Hunter, fill in EG in 2 sentences of what Skyrim is.
It is a role-playing game that has multiple avenues of fun.
Ooh, that was less than 2 sentences.
And no clarity on what it is.
Yeah, it's fantastical for sure.
Is it like, what do you do? Quests?
Imagine like, I don't know, like a Lord of the Rings type world, and you play the Dragonborn, someone with dragon blood in their veins, and you stop a civil war, become a master thief, a master assassin, do whatever you want.
Okay.
Kind of Game of Thrones vibes too. Just
Now you're painting a picture.
If you guys can somehow make it relatable to Harry Potter, you'll have her on board. Y'all are working your way up.
There is a mages college. You can go to school for being a wizard. Sorry.
You were almost there, Tyler.
I was so close. I had it right there.
All right.
We are at the one.
We're now. See, she got that because it's a sports reference. That's good.
That's good.
Here on the Meltdown, it's the ladies who like the sports and the guys who like the weird mage colleges. No.
Mage. It sounds like mange.
Nope, not mange. Not mange for sure. All right, let's move on to number 1 on Tyler's list of 5 favorite video game franchises of all time. Are you going with one of those classics? Or is this something that's very specifically tailored to your interests?
This is a classic. It's one of the most profitable franchises in media ever created. At one point, it was the most Googled thing in the world. And that is Pokemon.
Oh.
This franchise, if you got into it, you didn't just play the game. You didn't just watch the show. You didn't just collect the cards. You did everything. Anything, everything Pokemon you picked up. And that is why they've stayed around as long as they have. Because every one customer, you're getting 5 different kinds of purchases regularly. As opposed to just the one game. And this is just absolutely fantastic. I don't play much Pokemon these days. Occasionally I'll download maybe Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Fire Red, play it on my phone for a little bit, but yeah, it's just one that I used to spend so many hours in. I actually maxed out the game clock for Pokemon Diamond back in the day.
Ooh. That's a lot of time.
That's 999 hours.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
I about went into a Jay-Z
I'm ashamed
lyric.
to admit it, but like I spent a lot of time in it, and you don't spend that much time in something you don't love. And if you spend that much time in something, it'll stick with you for years to come.
Tyler, 41 days of your life and 15 hours were spent on that game.
That honestly sounds low to me.
It feels ripped off by it.
I feel like it was going to be way more than that.
That is full days.
I mean, I guess Well, I guess multiple different games. There's just Pokemon Diamond I maxed out.
Yeah.
I played plenty of Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Sure.
Played Sapphire and Crystal and
See, I
Black and
was
White.
blue, red, and yellow. Those were
Yeah.
my three.
Yeah, those were the originals.
Yeah.
Fire Red and Leaf Green were like the remakes of Red, Blue, and Yellow for the Game Boy Advance.
Some of my best friends were really into Pokemon, so that got me really into Pokemon. And we went to a couple of the like bookstore card game battles. We did those, and I had all the handheld games. And then when Pokemon Snap came out, that was a big deal.
Pokemon
I love
Snap.
Pokemon Snap.
Classic.
And then there was Pokemon Arena.
Yep, there was a Pokemon Arena and Stadium.
And then Super Smash Brothers kind of took it over the top with having Pokemon characters in there. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a thing for a long time, and I still have all my Pokemon cards, but I'm holding on to them.
Who was your favorite Pokemon?
Ditto.
Ditto's a good choice. He can be anything.
Yeah, Ditto is my favorite. I also like Mystique as the X-Men character, Mystique. And so I think that's my favorite superhero, is being able to transform into anything, which is why this props game, I think, has been so interesting to me too. All right, great list there. That is Tyler's list. And EG is to the point where she now gets to shine here as we end the show, because I have a very important task for you. I want you to pick out, we're just going to do 4 cookies today, because we have 4 of us in studio, and we're going to save the rest of our reservoir of fortunes. But Hunter, as you know, I have a neat party trick where I can tell you whose fortune belongs to who. There's 4 of us, and I know for a fact, EG, yours is the second one. Yep,
this one?
That is yours. You can go ahead and open it up. EG does the reading.
I try to hand it to you, though, and I don't mean to.
I still can't get over the one when you were being a person of interest, and Jim's was pretty spot on, and then it was just, that was nuts. That was a movie.
We lived it. It was crazy.
That was one day.
A pleasant surprise is in store for you soon.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
No, love. Thank you, Tim.
Pleasant surprises in store for you.
I did tell you guys I was bringing gifts.
That is true.
There you go.
I love a good fortune.
Okay, can you hold up the other 3 when you get a chance? No rush. I need a better layout here, EG. Okay, there we go. So the one that's almost about to fall out of your hand and onto the floor like everything else in your life is mine.
Okay. This one's a little deformed.
You'll need to get a little plate and do the little fortune cookie flight thing.
Oh.
Good call.
I like that.
These are fine-tuned fortunes. We do this every once in a while. And this puts us on our way.
No one is ever too old to learn, but many people keep putting it off anyway.
Okay, so I am the oldest one in the room right now.
Yeah.
There are times that you guys say things
True.
like yappity-doo or something that like yizzy, or there's something else.
There's something.
Or cheeks out of 10.
There's one.
That's one.
Right there. There's something that Tyler
I'm
says.
Skibbity in Ohio.
What?
Huh?
Exactly. I am lost as everything. I don't even know where Ohio is. So anyway, I'm never too old to learn. Okay. The one that just hopped, Tyler's.
Tyler.
That's Tyler's. Save Hunter's for last.
It's also halfway out of the fortune, so it's really aching to get to you.
It's not halfway out of the bag, though.
A new friendship will be formed that brings joy.
I think it's you and Hunter.
I think it is too.
I think so. We've had a great rapport the past couple of days on the show.
I mean, we live in the same apartment complex, so I mean, what's holding us back now, you know?
True.
Did you guys just become best friends?
I think we did.
Oh my gosh.
I'm good, EG. I don't want the cookie.
All right. This leaves one.
Go. Yeah, we're best friends until he didn't want the cookie. Okay.
This is manufactured by Wonton. This is a new brand we haven't had yet.
So exciting.
Right?
All right, Hunter, are you ready?
I am.
Lock in.
All right, Hunter.
It's a poor pantomime. Here we go. Let's get Hunter's reaction here.
A moment of clarity is coming close.
That could mean a lot of things.
It really could.
How's everything going in your neck of the woods, by the way?
It's going
good. I think there's a lot of people anxiously awaiting that moment of clarity.
Yeah, really. Yeah, they really are. Especially the person you're looking at.
That is exactly correct. Okay, good stuff.
Raccoon City.
Can I offer you
Right
the
over
cookie?
there.
Okay. I'll leave it
You
over
can
here.
just throw it. He'll eat it off the floor if it lands there. Everything else is landing on the floor.
Wow.
I'm not saying because of your low standards.
Well, now I guess we'll have to find out.
I'm not saying because of your low standards. I'm talking about because it's definitely going on the floor. And guess what happened? There it is. That did sound awful, but more he'll eat it off the floor. Like I just knew you were gonna have it.
I thought it was.
He likes cookies. He'll get anything off the floor. It's like your
awful.
Your Baja Fuzz that you had the other night.
I've seen this reference several times, and I don't know the full story. Let's
It wasn't Baja, by the way. I tried to order Baja, and they said they didn't have Baja, so I got regular. And next thing you know, at poker, I've got a drink. It's on the floor because I didn't want to get it knocked over on the table. Hunter comes up and kicks it like he's,
like it wasn't just a kind of a kick. It was like I was attempting an onside kick. You know what I mean? It's like, oh God,
top of it and roll.
Right. FIFA nipples over there. I mean, it's just getting knocked over. It's getting kicked out of the world. And then so I put it back up, and then it gets knocked over again by Saybear. And I'm like, what is going on here? It just started to taste like carpet. And every time I drink it, I would be like, this tastes like carpet.
Every time you're taking a sip, you're like,
yeah, exactly. No. Anyway, when you have like little carpet strands in your mouth.
No,
carpet buddies.
Anyway, here's what I want to remind you about. And that is, if you want to go from the floor of your bankroll to the ceiling, our title sponsor, MyBookie at MyBookie.ag. You can bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Only with MyBookie. Make sure you use that promo code NEXTROUND for that first-time deposit bonus. You're going to have a lot of fun there. They got the live casino. Tons of fun at MyBookie.ag. Maybe you want to make those games you watch just a little bit more interesting. You can get in on the action at MyBookie at MyBookie.ag. Use that promo code NEXTROUND. We appreciate all of our loyal Meltdownians. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe here to the Meltdown. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a thing. I am Tim Melton on behalf of E.G., Tyler, and Hunter Bussey. We wish you a wonderful weekend, and we will be back live on Monday, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. Tons of content for you to enjoy out there, including our companion trailer reaction. We have our mystery box, our movie mystery box segment from earlier this week. If you missed it, it's right there in a clear, fashionable form for you to ingest into your life. A lot of fun there. Make sure you're following along with everything Meltdown right here at Meltdown 247.